Great Hearts families, as you are all well aware by now, Great Hearts Arlington seeks to create an environment where our scholars become more virtuous. Now, this may sound a little strange to some of you, since the sea of public education is populated by all sorts of other educational ends. But we truly believe here at Great Hearts, and we hope you have come to notice in the life of your scholars, that the successful pursuit of virtue formation has not only made them better human beings, but has also brought along in its wake the skills and tools to be productive members of society one day. When we mix together the pursuit of both moral and intellectual formation, it requires a particular virtue that we emphasize here at Great Hearts. That's the virtue of perseverance. Now, to persevere means to never give up, to maintain a steadfast purpose in a work in spite of difficulty, obstacles, and discouragement. What is interesting to me about this definition is that it assumes something that none of us like to admit: that we will face difficulties, that we will encounter obstacles, and that we will experience discouragement. Now, every story worth the investment of our heart, our mind, and our imagination revolves around a character who must choose to overcome these very things. In the face of his or her challenges, the choice is hard to make, but it is a choice one must make. Now, why? Why must we make this choice to persevere? Well, it's because when the difficulties are eventually overcome, when the obstacles are cleared, and when the wounds of discouragement heal, we are forever changed. When we struggle to scale the fortified barbed wire fence that bars us from a more ordered life and a free life, we may bleed a bit from the barbs that scrape the surface of our skin. We may sprain an ankle when falling to the other side, but in the end, we're free. For the vast landscape of human possibility now stretches out before us when we make it to the other side. But none of it would be possible without persevering through the challenges we face and journeying to that very fence, climbing over it, and falling to the other side. Now, because humans are messy and we're imperfect, no matter our age or our background, our scholars face these very challenges at school. It's inevitable. Sometimes they manifest themselves as academic struggles or relational conflict, or maybe even their own choice to behave inappropriately. And so our job as educators and parents is not to insulate our scholars from these very difficulties in school, or to simply blame another party for the problems they face. Attempting to do this is like us trying to walk around a fence that never ends. It just extends and extends and extends, and we just hope that if we keep going, maybe we will get to a free and ordered life. But the reality is, the only way for us to get to the other side, to get to the life in which we are able to live, is for us and for our scholars to climb that fence. We must help our scholars persevere. We must teach and train them how to overcome the challenges, because this process will be the very thing that leads to a flourishing life. Now, as we continue throughout the school year, I want to encourage you all, just as we do here at school, to not persevere for your child. Instead, provide them the tools they need to grow academically, to heal the relationships that may be broken, and to seek excellence in all that they do. Even when it is hard for them, even when it's hard for you, and even when it may hurt a little bit. Because in the end, they're learning how to persevere, to be gritty. And when they do that, they will flourish. And so we are grateful for you. Thank you for partnering with us in the school year as we develop scholars who persevere, who seek a purpose even in the midst of challenges, even in the midst of the challenges that this very community may throw at them. And we could not do this without you. And so thank you. We hope that you've had a great fall break. We have missed your scholars, and we look forward to seeing them next week.